How do we become truly healthy and finally live symptom-free? And why just exercising, eating healthy, and going to the doctor regularly isn't gonna cut it when it comes to true health. In this video, I'm going to share the 12 areas of life that most people are missing when it comes to their approach to health. And I truly believe that when you focus on those 12 areas of life, you're going to truly heal physically, mentally, and emotionally, and so much more than you ever could imagine from the conventional approaches. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kayo. I'm a certified nutritionist and health coach. And today I'm going to talk about this approach to health that goes way beyond what most people think about. So there's this massive misconception out there that health basically boils down to two things, which is your nutrition and diet and exercise. Maybe some people also throw in some mental health in there, but that's usually where the conversation stops. And while of course your diet and moving your body plays a very important role in your health, I still have a big issue with reducing it to just that. Trust me when I say that I have experienced it firsthand through my own journey, through the clients I've worked with, and even from fellow health coaches, that true health extends far beyond those two basics. So today I want to introduce you to what's called primary food, which is just an umbrella term for 12 essential areas of life that nourish us way beyond what's on our plate. I will also introduce you to this tool called the Circle of Life, which is an amazing self-assessment tool to really figure out which of those 12 areas of your life need focus, prioritizing, and improvement. And when you nurture these 12 areas, I can promise you that you will discover so much more joy, fulfillment, purpose, and love, all of which will fuel your well-being and your health so much more than any superfood or workout ever could. And so believe me, by focusing on your primary food, your state of health will improve more than you could ever imagine. So here's a simple analogy that really puts this into perspective. Imagine a fish in his tank. You can feed this fish the highest quality, sustainably sourced, organic, nutrient-dense fish food on the market, but if that fish doesn't have proper lighting, oxygen, plants, perhaps some other fish companions, essentially a thriving environment, that fish simply won't be healthy despite eating perfectly. And so we humans are the exact same. What we eat matters, absolutely, but the environment we live in, the relationships we cultivate, and how we spend our time are just as crucial for our overall well-being. So what exactly is primary food? This concept of primary food comes from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, who also introduced me to the Circle of Life tool, which essentially include all of those 12 areas of primary food. And so IAN differentiates between two types of nourishment. We have the secondary food on the one hand, which is the actual physical food that we consume. And then we have the primary food on the other hand, which are those 12 areas of life that nourish us beyond our plate. And these 12 dimensions of primary food are creativity, finances, career, education, health, physical activity, home cooking, home environment, relationships, social life, joy, and spirituality. And when I work with clients who come to me for weight loss or some specific health concerns, they're often very surprised to discover that what's holding them back isn't necessarily about finding the perfect diet or exercising more, but rather it's these other areas of their life that may be draining their energy and preventing them from truly thriving. So how can we use this Circle of Life as a self-assessment tool that helps you become more aware of which of these areas feel nourished and which need more attention? So here's how it works. For each of the 12 categories, you place a dot on the line. Closer to the center means less satisfied, while further from the center means more satisfied. And once you've rated all categories, you simply connect the dots. And in an ideal world, you'd have this perfectly balanced circle around the outer edge. Now, I'll be the first to admit that that's completely unrealistic, and that no one on this planet has perfect tens across all areas. But this tool does help you identify your priorities and create this roadmap for improvement. And what's amazing is that once you start improving one area, it often creates this ripple effect that then positively impacts other areas of your life as well. So let's talk about each one of those 12 areas and explore some practical ways of how we can enhance them. So of course, physical activity is still included, but that does not mean that you need an intense gym session every single day. Movement can really be incorporated very simple and very effortlessly into your daily life. Maybe take the stairs instead of the lift, park slightly further away from your destination and walk the rest. Find activities that truly bring you joy. So maybe that's dancing, hiking, or even gardening. And even just 10 minutes of stretching in the morning can already make a difference. Number 2 is home cooking. If you rarely cook at home, you can still start small. Maybe eliminate one takeout meal per week, or try recipe roulette where you grab a cookbook and choose a random recipe for the night. You can also go by cook once, eat twice. So always make extra for leftovers so you have to cook less. And feel free to experiment with new flavors and ingredients to keep things interesting. Number 3 is relationships. Humans are inherently social and we need those deep connections. So implement a no phone policy when you spend time with your loved ones. Ask more meaningful questions beyond just, oh, how are you doing? And maybe try what's bringing you joy today, or how are your energy levels today? Be fully present in those conversations and always really listen. And invest your time into relationships that make you feel like your best self. Number 4 is your social life. Community and connection are absolutely vital for us humans. So notice how different types of social activities affect your energy. So some may fill up your cup while others completely drain it. Seek out groups and activities that align with your values. Schedule regular social time that genuinely energizes you, and be intentional about creating a community around shared interests. Number 5 is joy. Joy isn't just this minor thing that you feel in life every once in a while. It's actually essential fuel for your well-being. If you can laugh more and feel more genuine gratitude towards things, it will propel you and your well-being more than you think. Maybe have some spontaneous dance parties, whether it's alone or with your friends. You can also reconnect with those activities that brought you joy when you were a child. You can create a joy list with all the things and simple pleasures where you can pick one a day, and try to notice those small moments throughout your day where you truly feel joyful, content, and happy. An example of this is maybe if you've ever fallen in love, you may have noticed how people comment on your looks and how rejuvenated and radiant you look. But that's not just a glowing vibe that you give off. It's actually biological. When you're in love, happy, and joyful, your body releases more feel-good hormones like serotonin, dopamine, and endorphins. And these hormones have a profound impact on your health and well-being from the inside out. So you really do look more radiant and healthy because of them. So don't ever underestimate the power of joy. Number 6 is spirituality. And before you go off and say, well, I'm not religious, I'm not spiritual, spirituality can look different for everyone. For some, it might be an organized religion. For others, it may be meditation, or it can simply be spending time in nature. Spirituality really doesn't have to be hippy-dippy, and is all about finding meaning for yourself and feeling part of and connected to something bigger. So try sitting quietly in the forest, by a lake, or on a mountaintop. Practice mindfulness and gratitude. Be present in the moment and connect to something that is larger than yourself in whatever way resonates for you. Number 7 is your career. We spend so much of our lives working, so please don't underestimate how work that truly fulfills you and aligns with your values can impact your well-being. For me, being so overworked and not enjoying my last job was truly the root cause of so many of my health issues. I felt way less joy. My immune system was practically non-existent. I had mental fog constantly. I had gained weight. I had chronic infections, especially UTIs. And I kid you not, but as soon as I quit that job, like literally as soon as I handed in my notice, I felt such relief that my weight just melted off naturally without changing anything about my diet or how much I exercise. I also managed to heal all the other struggles within a matter of months, if not weeks. And I largely put that down to changing up my career path and dealing with my burnout. But if you want to learn more about my burnout story and the impact it had on my health, then I'm going to link you this video up here where I'm going to talk you through everything. So within this category, I want you to consider whether you need a vocation or a vocational change. Find purpose in what you do daily, and you will see a significant change in your health and well-being. Number 8 is creativity. Listen, everyone is creative. Creativity isn't just art or painting, drawing, whatever. It can literally be cooking, gardening, or even just problem solving. You can try adult coloring books. You can even take a different route on your morning walk. You can do the most ordinary things, different differently. So maybe brush your teeth with your left hand if you usually use your right, and just try and break routines, because that's going to spark new neural pathways and fresh and creative thinking. Number 9 is finances. I think a lot of people underestimate the impact that our relationship with money can have on our well-being. Research shows that self-worth very often correlates with your net worth, and the feeling of self-worth is definitely linked to your well-being. Not to mention that your relationship with money can also cause a lot of stress. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know all too well how bad stress is for your health. So maybe try the 50-30-20 rule, where 50% of your money goes to essentials, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. Being wealthy is absolutely not required for health, but financial awareness definitely is. So check your accounts regularly and don't avoid them, and make small changes in your financial habits to reduce significant stress. Number 10 is education. Learning doesn't and shouldn't end with formal schooling. Read articles from sections of your newspaper that you normally skip, listen to podcasts on topics that intrigue you, take online courses or local classes, learn a new language or skill, stay curious and ask why more often despite getting older. Growing up does not mean we have to leave our curiosity behind, and continuously learn to keep your mind sharp but also your life more interesting. Number 11 is home environment. Your physical space can very much affect your mental space. So create areas in your home that bring you peace. We want to declutter regularly to reduce that visual noise and bring in elements of nature, whether that's plants or as much natural light as possible. Also consider how your space makes you feel once you enter it, and then make changes accordingly. Believe me, you don't need to make massive renovations or even move to feel more calm in your home. Even very small changes like DIYs, adding some plants, and decluttering can really elevate your experience being at home. And last but not least, we have health. This category kind of encompasses your overall approach to your well-being. This is where we kind of want to practice the 80-20 rule. So maintain your healthy routines for 80% of the time and be flexible for 20%. Don't stress about the occasional deviations from your routine, because the stress that causes usually does more harm than good. For example, for the past 3 years, I've been religiously tracking my habits, and it would get to a point where I would kind of beat myself up if I didn't fulfill the habits for that week. But now in recent weeks, my life has gotten so busy that I simply couldn't keep up with them. Something had to go, and in my case, it was the habits. I just had to accept that it is okay to let go of the rigid habit tracking. It served me very well for a very long time, and it probably will again in the future. But at the moment, in this busy period of my life, the pressure to keep up with it would stress me out more than those healthy habits would decrease. So also try and adapt your routines according to the life changes and seasons of life, and be okay with letting go of some of your healthy routines for a while if it just adds more unnecessary stress. Now, let's bring it all together. The power of this approach is how those 12 areas of life are interlinked, connected, and interact and support each other. When one area improves, it typically creates momentum for others as well. And I've seen it with myself and countless of clients that sometimes the key to improved health isn't a stricter diet or a more intense workout, but instead it might be finding more joy, improving your home environment, or addressing those career stresses and relationship issues, or whatever else is heavily weighing down on you. And remember that fish analogy from the beginning, just like that fish needs much more than just perfect food, you also need more than just exercise and great nutrition to truly thrive. And so I'm going to link this tool down below so you can try it out for yourself, fill it out for yourself, and then please let me know in the comments which areas you want to prioritize and improve first. And if you need support in applying this concept to your own life, then I offer free clarity calls with the link down below where we can discuss your unique situation and how I can help you. So the booking link for that is in the description. And if you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up so YouTube can suggest it to other people that may benefit from this. And feel free to share it with someone who may be in need with a little self-assessment of their own life. And I would also really appreciate it if you could please hit the subscribe button. It only takes a second, but it really helps me grow and continue making holistic health content like this for you for free. And if you now want to know how I transformed my health and life in 6 months, then check out this video next, which also includes a free printable workbook to support you on your own health journey. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you over there. Bye.